Hey 8th grade, this is Miss Harkness, and this video is for Eureka Module 2, Lesson 13, where we are looking at the triangle sum theorem. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve for the missing angle measure of a triangle, as well as solve 1 and 2 step equations to solve for a variable and solve for a missing angle measure. So according to the sum theorem, the sum of the angles in a triangle, the sum of those three angles, add up to 180 degrees. Because we know this about every triangle, we can use an equation to solve for a missing value. For example, here on A, on this light blue triangle, we have 40 plus 70 plus A is going to add up to 180 degrees. Now I already see this 40 and this 70, that adds up to 110. Because 70 and 30 plus another 10, plus A equals 180. So you've probably already done the mental math that A equals 70 degrees, and you would be correct. Let's take a look at this yellow triangle. Same thing. We know that 90 and 60 are these two angles. What we don't know is B. Now, through subtraction, 90 plus 60 is 150 degrees, which means plus B is 180. And again, you've probably already solved that B is 30 degrees. All right, try C on your own. We have 15 and 15. What would that missing angle measure have to be in order to come out to 180 degrees? If you said 150, you are correct. These two add up to 30, meaning the remaining 150 degrees must reside in that missing angle. Let's look at a few that are a little bit harder. Let's take a look at this problem. Now we've already established that the sum of the angles will add up to 180 degrees. You can see in this question we've got this variable going on right here, and we would solve for x. So we know 64 plus 65 plus x plus 63 equals 180 degrees. We will again take away the 64, the 65, and the 63 from the 180, giving me x equals a value. Take a second, solve that out. You should be getting x equals negative 12. Because when you add 64, 65, and 63 together, you will get 192. Well, it can only add up to 180, so x, by definition of this concept, must be a negative number. That's okay. We're not solving for the angle measure. We are solving for x. Okay, here we have another triangle. Again, we know that these three angles are going to add up to 180 degrees. That is the triangle sum theorem. So we will take 70 plus 55 plus 7x minus 8 and set it to equal 180 degrees. We'll subtract 70 from both sides. That's going to give me 110. Then we're going to subtract 55 from both sides. It's going to give me 55, 7x. Minus 8. All right, now we're going to add 8 to both sides. That gives me 63. X equals 9. So you can see this is a lot of equation going on. What I would do if I were you, I would grab my calculator and I would add these three numbers together. The 70, the 55, and the negative 8. And you'll get your 117 and then go from there. All right, last example. This triangle we're looking at is probably the hardest one you would see in my class, where we have variables in 2 of the corners. I might throw variables into all 3 corners. The method is going to be the same. So let me just move this triangle aside. Again, we know that all 3 angles add up to 180 degrees. So we have 4x plus 2. That's corner C, plus 72, that's angle A, plus 7x minus 4. Now we are going to collect like terms here just to simplify the process. So we have 4x and 7x. They'll get collected together. And then we have 2, 72, and negative 4. Let's start with our x. This 4x and this 7x is going to combine to make 11x. Then my 2, my 72, and my negative 4 is going to combine to make 70. 72 and 2 makes 74. Take away 4. Now I'm left with this 70. Now remember, this equals 180 degrees. I should have squeezed that in up here on this row to be sure I don't forget it. Now we have a two-step equation. At this point, we can subtract 70 from both sides. Bring down your 11x. This cancels out. 180 minus 70 is 110. You probably see it at this point, but I'm going to go ahead and do my final step. X equals 10.